Hello, this is Assistant Professor Shweta Dubey, and I'm going to talk about 4 C's of marketing. Well, we've already seen what 4 P's of marketing represents. The 4 P's of marketing are product, price, place, and promotion. So now we are going to talk about 4 C's of marketing. The 4 C's of marketing was a concept or a business tool which was developed by Robert F. Lottobon in the year 1990. This is the time when there was the information boom. The IT age began. The internet was something which was gaining a lot of prominence. So this is the time when 4 C's of marketing came into existence. Can you know the reason why? Well, because the customer became aware. He had a lot of information at his disposal, and that made him an informed person who could take decisions by measuring the pros and cons. Earlier, it was only the manufacturer who was providing you with the message related to a product. What exactly the product entails, what does it do to you, what are the benefits that it provides. The only point of communication used to be the manufacturer and his ideologies. But 4 C's of marketing changed the game for the marketers. Now it is mandatory that you do consider customer as the central focus and accordingly define your 4 P's. So if 4 P's define how the manufacturer is going to present the product in front of the customer, now the 4 C's of marketing mix will give them a business tool which can be used to make it more consumer oriented. Hence, we can say that the 4 C's of marketing complements the 4 P's of marketing. It shows that how each P in the 4 P's can focus on the customer needs, and accordingly, you will be able to create a winning strategy. What are the 4 C's of marketing? Well, it begins with the first one. If in 4 P's we had product, now we have consumer. So in consumer or customer, we say that let's focus on the needs and the benefits that the customer has. Only then will he be supportive of your product. If he does not find any kind of benefit, if his needs are not satisfied, then the customer is not going to buy your product. Hence, it is a very simple understanding that you understand the needs of the customer, you understand their wants, you understand their desires, and your product is good to go in the market to be sold at a higher level with a higher profit. The next C is customer cost. Customer cost is running parallel with price. Well, as stated, price is a very sensitive topic and so is cost. We need to understand the boundaries of our customer. We need to understand the limitations that each customer presents in the form of financial restraints. So once understanding their restraints, we will be able to set our price in a similar manner that it does not cause any kind of discomfort or harm to the customer's choices. Moving on to the next one, which is customer convenience. Customer convenience, as the name suggests, convenience meaning making everything smooth for the customer. The more ease and convenience you provide to the customer, the higher are the chances that they stay with you and they stay related to you. If you want your customers to stay loyal to you and you want them retained, you need to provide them with the utmost convenience possible. And the last, which is similar to promotion, is communication. Customer communication focuses on two-way communication process, where promotion is considered to be manipulative, communication is considered to be interactive. In promotion, it is the manufacturer who is having an agenda, and with that agenda, he is going to communicate to you about the product with an intention to earn profit. But in communication, we want to listen to the consumers. Let us listen to what they have to say, what they have to contribute, and then accordingly, we bring out the product which will be beneficial for them. So let's take a look at each and everything in detail. In consumer benefit, the company focus is more consumer oriented than product oriented. The marketer is said to focus on consumers' needs and wants. Once you understand their needs or wants, you will be able to provide them with a product with high value, something that they will find value for money. In this competitive environment where we are today, the product will not be able to create any demand if the customer does not have a need for it. Hence, the first and most important thing for you to do is to understand the consumer needs and wants, and then accordingly develop your products so that their needs are satisfied, their wants are satisfied, their demands are understood, and accordingly the desire of the customer is fulfilled. Moving on to the next one, which is consumer cost. Price is just a subset of the total cost that we incur so that we can satisfy the needs and wants of the consumers. Cost is a very important element of marketing mix wherein it affects the decision of the customer. Majority of the people in India today or across the world first look at the price of the product and then decide whether it is a good idea for them to buy that product or not. Hence, it is one of the most important decisions that they make while out shopping. The marketers have to give special attention to the cost of a product or service. You have to understand the customer's perspective first and then accordingly set your cost. If it is like as already stated, if we want to push their boundaries, we need to understand the limitations that they have, the financial constraints that they have. Once you have understood that, only after that can you set a price which will be affordable for them and profitable to you. Moving on to the next one, which is consumer convenience. The marketers need to offer the product to the customers which is easily available to them. Convenience means that you have to strategically place your product at many sale points. If you do that, the customer is going to look at your product and he is going to make an instant decision to buy your product. It is considered to be one of the most important tools for sales. The convenience that you provide for to the customer to purchase your product will help in them to choose your product. The easier it is for them to locate your product, the higher will be the chances that they stick with you and they remain loyal towards you. If you want, you can take an example of heavy machinery products like fridge and air cooler. If you do not give them delivery or installation services, they are not going to buy your product. They might actually look for alternatives which will provide them with all these kinds of services. Hence you are hence it is the customer is not looking for the actual product but the convenience that you get once you buy your product. So the marketers need to keep this in mind, and accordingly they need to design their entire package. Moving on to the next one, which is consumer communication. As already stated, promotion is considered to be manipulative in nature, wherein everything is from the seller's point of view. But communication is interactive in nature. I want the feedback of the customer. I want them to give their opinions so that I can inculcate them or include them in my entire planning strategy, whether it is product planning, whether it is promotion, whether it is place or the choice of location. For all these strategic decisions, I need the support of the customer, and that support comes from how well or how easily they are able to communicate with me. So while I am promoting my product, I need to ensure that it is more about communication. It is more about how this communication process will be more valuable for me through the contribution of the customer. So these are the four P's of marketing, which run parallel to four P's. And this is where the marketer needs to understand your customer, understand their needs, understand their ideas, and you will get a winning strategy. That's it for today. Thank you.